So it's not vinyl, it's not fiberglass, it's Glastra. Let's learn all about it. So the Forgent Casement by Kolbe, Glastra. Really amazing product. Now, Kolbe Windows is a company that really focuses on engineering and technology. Typically, you've heard of them in the wood window market or aluminum clad wood market. Maybe you've heard of Vistalux. Kolbe is a company that really focuses on pushing that envelope. They're a company that you kind of look for in that, ask, because no one else can make it, and they'll push the boundaries to see if it can be done. They've come out with this new product line called Forgent. Now, Forgent is a great midline product for someone considering a high-end vinyl window, considering a fiberglass window, considering a composite window, or even some of those mid-grade aluminum clad or fiberglass wood windows that are out there. It's a great alternate to something like a 400 Series Anderson, a great alternate to something like a Pella. It's really a window that will last, will stand the test of time, and is going to look good now and long term, which is super important. But right now we're talking about the outside of the window. So there's several colors to choose from. They'll do a white, they'll do a bronze, they'll do this beige, they'll do black, they'll do a color tungsten, which is kind of like a blackish, bluish, gray type color. Really sleek, really cool option that's out there. So there's opportunity to play with color. One of the other things that really matters on the outside when it comes to color with the Glastra is this is like the base frame. They'll either do white or they'll do this Sahara beige finish on the outside. But if you wanted to do a bronze or the tungsten or black, they do a wrap around that window. And what's really super about that wrap on the exterior is that it actually will outperform an AMLA 2605 aluminum clad paint finish. The testing that they've done on this shows that this color black is going to be that color black for quite a while, and as it fades, it's going to fade less than even the most high-end aluminum clad paint finish. So if you're looking at a residential project in a dark color, this could be a great option if you're in an area that gets a lot of sunlight. If you're looking at a light commercial project, this is a pretty affordable win to get a high quality window that's going to perform and that is going to look the way you want it to look long term. So what is Glastra? What makes Glastra? Glastra is shreds of fiberglass combined with polymers that are going to glue together to have the workability of vinyl with the welds that they do there, as well as the performance and strength of fiberglass. And that component, that proprietary material with the AccuForge weld is actually something that is 4 times stronger than vinyl, 4 times stronger than fiberglass. It's really a cool component that they've come up with between Glastra and that AccuForge weld that allows that window to just be beautiful. Most windows, when you're having a window that is a vinyl product, they weld it together. That weld, it kind of mushrooms out and they cut it back and then do touch-up paint at the corners. Because they do this wrap and they use that AccuForge technology, there is no touch-up. It just is sealed exactly like that. So when we talk about AccuForge, we want to talk about the strength of that window. That window is going to be about 3 times stronger than what you see in comparison here with vinyl, composite, or fiberglass. A strong, rigid product that's going to stay square, and it's going to look the same over time. You're not going to see nail brush paint lines on there around that wrap. That wrap is what it is. It's also a pretty narrow edge of frame to visible glass on there. It's a dry glazed window, so you can see the weather stripping here almost looks like the weather stripping that would be around a car window. And dry glazed is important when it comes to windows, especially if it's a commercial application. Because it's dry glazed, if you ever needed to replace the glass, they literally just pull the stops, pull the glass out, put it back in place, put the stops back in place. A very easily serviceable window. So the Glastra strength, Glastra performance combined with the color options available, it's a pretty good option out there. They do simulated divided light. This is the one profile that's available. It's a 7/8 profile. Pretty sleek, pretty modern view there. Nothing really crazy about it as far as details and options, but that option is available. They also do a contoured grill in the glass. Now you can pick patterns that you want to do. You don't have to do this 4-light. You can do colonial, or you can do a prairie. You can pick how many you want. There's customization available within that, and that works whether it's simulated divided light or if it's a grill in the glass. Now, with that being said, what is simulated divided light? Because you may not know, right? Simulated divided light, or as Kolbe coins it, performance divided light, is a grill or a mutton. There's a ton of different terms out there for it. Some people call them grids, but that grill bar is permanently applied to the interior and exterior of the window with a high-grade 3M tape. There's 2 large panes of glass that they're applied to, and they put an aesthetic spacer bar in between the glass to make it look like individual panes. Now, why do they do that? They do that because it's more cost effective. They do that because it also increases the performance of the window by having 2 large panes of glass versus 4. So if you had authentic divided light or true divided light, where these were actual individual panes, these bars would have to be much wider. It would also be cost prohibitive to do that, and it's not going to perform as well. So simulated divided light, or what Kolbe calls performance divided light, is a great option out there for performance, for look, and cost. So the exterior, now we're talking about the exterior of their casements. What's important about this, a lot of other companies that are in that fiberglass realm or composite realm of windows, or even vinyl, when you look at it, it's gonna vary depending on the series. Like an Elevate by Marvin is a fiberglass exterior Ultrex, and then a wood interior, which I have Glastra exterior and wood interior on this one. But then they have Marvin Essential, which would be their all Ultrex line, their fiberglass product. And this is a all Glastra window. Now, the difference being the sight lines on that. Say you have a house and that house has all wood Glastra, that you want that wood interior on it, whether it's a pre-finished paint interior or a stained interior, that's what's available to you, is this window. Now, in another company, say there was a bathroom and it was important to you to have a no maintenance interior on that, well, then you would want all Glastra. The benefit to something like a Glastra is you could see it's the same exact window. It's just how they finish the inside. Company like Marvin that does Marvin Essential and Marvin Elevate, it's 2 completely different windows. It's 2 completely different looks. It just doesn't add to the aesthetic of a house to have one location that doesn't look the same. So part of what we're talking about is their product from the outside. And we just did a video on the Forgent Double Hung series. If you want to check that video out, just go ahead and click right here and you can learn about the other windows that are in that family of brand with the Kolbe Forgent series. Also, please subscribe. If we're helping you with information, please help us by subscribing to the channel. It just helps us grow and helps us share the message about quality windows and doors. So we've talked about the exterior. Let's go to the interior and talk about what's on the inside. So Glastra wood is right here, all Glastra right here. Again, same sight lines, same exact window. The only difference on this is how you finish the inside, the stops and the glazing bead that holds that in. Is it made of Glastra or is it made of wood? What matters to you? What's important to you? What do you like? If you like the wood interior and you want to have that feel and that warmth of wood, of course that's available to you. You can add extension jambs to it. You can do whatever you need to fit that wall and have the appropriate fit. Or if you want to do a drywall return and drop it right into it, of course that's available too. Sometimes folks will mix and match, it depends on where they are in the house and what it is. Say you have a library in one area and you want a stained interior. Kolbe does an array of stains that you can check out on their wood, and that's a great option. And then maybe the rest of the house you do the all Glastra and you save on the maintenance. Or sometimes you'll do a wood extension jamb with an all Glastra window and do the extension jamb pre-finished white. It's white on the inside anyway, you could save some money that way. Really great option. It doesn't just stop there though. On the inside, say you want a black exterior and a black interior, they can wrap that window, or they can do a pre-finished black interior paint or an ebony stain on the inside. So color is not something that's sacrificed, whether it is the Glastra wood or the all Glastra. One of the other things that's cool about this, when we talk about the versatility of Kolbe products and the Forgent series specifically, is it's available as a new construction window, and it's also available as a replacement window. So whether you're doing an addition where you need to do replacement in one side and new construction on the other side, or you're doing just a complete replacement window project or new construction, there's a solution for you here with that, specifically with the casement, double hung, you name it, across the family of brands there. They do that. Now, we talked about Glastra, we talked about the interior of wood or all Glastra, it being the same sight lines, but what makes a Kolbe Forgent window so substantial and what puts that window kind of a step above the rest? I think what puts it together is when you look on the inside of that. This is a wood Glastra casement, and you can see all those chambers in there on the frame as well as the sash. This is what gives that AccuForge technology such a rigidity and such a strength, is the way that is assembled there. All that contact that is there when that is welded together makes this an extremely rigid product. Now you can see here it's all Glastra to the outside. They have a wood glazing bead for the wood Glastra, a wood stop, and then we did a wood extension jamb. If you didn't have the extension jamb on there, this will work as a pocket window, as a replacement window. The nailing fin is part of the window itself, that extrusion right in there. So it's all part of the mainframe. And then there's this groove here that if you decided you wanted to do an exterior casing, you can get the same material, same finish, all that done from Kolbe. So the all Glastra product, the Glastra wood product, is again the same exact window. This is the all Glastra black wrap all the way around, beautiful window with the all Glastra glazing bead, the all Glastra stop on there. A lot of opportunity, a lot of flexibility to play on a project or vary whatever needs to be done in the project. But you could see the interior, what's offered with them. There's a ton of crank and lock options. It's a sequential locking system, so one handle is going to lock it in multiple places. You can make the hardware a feature with a bunch of different finishes, or you can have it just kind of blend away if that's what you prefer. It's really on you. As far as the screen system, they do an aluminum screen with different levels of mesh, and it's something that the Kolbe Forgent series, whether you're doing all Glastra or Glastra wood, is a great mid-grade option. The all Glastra against a high-end vinyl window, this is going to outperform it all day long. The wood Glastra against that 400 series Anderson, something if you're considering a Marvin Elevate, this is a great solution for that project to obtain a much stronger window, a much cleaner looking window, and a much more high-end finish with Kolbe. So there's a lot of opportunity with the Kolbe Forgent series. If it's something that you're considering some of those other brands, if it's something that you're interested in the Forgent series, give us a shout. Let us know how we can help. We're here at Monmouth Millwork to serve the community. So if we can help you with your job, let's see if that project's right for you. Until next time, we'll see you soon.